Hi, this is Vinney Chopra. Thank you for again joining on my podcast, Apartment Syndication Made Easy. As you know, I wrote that book, which is a top seller in Amazon. Internationally also got a lot of acclaim, reviews and all. And this podcast is about syndication, about commercial investing. I like to bring great guests for you and dig into their story, their successes, and find out some nuggets from them so that you could really enjoy them and learn from them and then implement them. Hi there, guys. Vinney Chopra back again. As you know, I come live to you. Well, in studios and live. I come live on Thursday mornings with Abundance Mindset with Vinney Chopra. And Friday today, actually, I'll be doing Vinney and Bo show. But then also in the podcast, I bring great guests for you. Today, you're going to be in big treat because not only we want to own the real estate, but we want to take care of the risks that are involved if not taking insurances, proper insurances, what those are and everything. We got a great guest. Jeremy is in the house. Jeremy Goodrich. Hi, Jeremy. Welcome. Welcome to the show.
Vinney, it is a pleasure. I've always enjoyed you. I enjoy the way that you talk about commercial real estate, investing in apartments, the book you've written, and it's just a pleasure to be on and to dig in with you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I know we were just discussing, you grew up in San Diego. I'm in San Francisco, but you live in Indiana now. So give us how did you get into insurance and take us back, Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I was a young surfer when I was 10, and then my dad decided to move us to Indianapolis. And I'm still unhappy about that a little bit, but that was a long, long time ago. I started my adult life as an elementary school teacher. I taught for 13 years in third and fourth grade classrooms. I taught kids how to write, how to read, how to do math, how to start a business. That was a big project that we did every single year on business, starting a business and balancing your sheets and all that kind of stuff. I taught them how to play hockey. I loved being a teacher. And during that time, I met my wife and business partner, Mackenzie. She's a third generation insurance agent. And so she was managing her dad's agency. And her dad's agency had been sold to a large national conglomerate, like so many insurance agencies have been at this point. And so she was managing that agency and was kind of just looking for something different. And in 2013, the two of us came together and we said, what if we take your educator's mindset and her knowledge of, how the insurance world works and the connections and things like that, start our own agency with the intention of just changing the way people feel about insurance. And so we've really been doing that ever since. And I focused on real estate from the very beginning. So I started with first-time home buyers, teaching them not just about insurance, but about how to buy a home as a whole, right? How to find a realtor, a lender, all those kinds of things. And it just snowballed from there. We really, our YouTube channel grew. We now have about 16,000 subscribers. And it grew from teaching first-time home buyers how to buy a house to teaching residential investors how to house hack or invest in 1 to 4 family properties. And now I focus 100% on commercial real estate, and really not just about the risk or the insurance, but also just about how to invest in commercial real estate as a whole.
That's wonderful. Wonderful. Wow. So for a newbie who's buying, let's say 4 units or 8 units or 12 units, what kind of risks are there? Would you like to kind of, share those? And of course, the lender has also restrictions. What kind of property insurance needs and other things, and hail and damage and, all the different flood insurance, all that. Kind of give us a whole spectrum.
Yeah. So I think we have to start at the very top and understand what risk means. When we talk about risk, we're talking about decisions that we make and the effect they could have on us financially, right? I mean, there's lots of other things that are risky besides finances, but in commercial real estate investing, we're basically talking about our financial well-being, right? And so I believe there are 4 quadrants of risk that we can think about when we're investing in real estate. The first one is the one that we'll talk about insurance over most of this conversation, and that's physical risks to your building, risks to your property, and risk injuries to your team members, to contractors, and to your tenants. So quadrant number 1 is physical risk. Quadrant number 2 is relationship risk. Right? When we think about all the relationships we have in apartment investing, whether it's our GP team or the JV connection that we have, whether it's our tenants, whether it's our contractors, whether it's our service team, we have relationships with all those people. And the primary vehicle for those relationships is written contracts, right? We have contracts with all these different folks. And so that's the primary vehicle for navigating risk when it comes to relationships. I got 2 more quadrants. Am I going too fast, Vinney, or does this work?
No. This is good, bro. Yeah.
Hi, you are listening to Syndication Made Easy podcast. We will be right back after this short break.
Hi, thank you so much. This is Vinney Chopra, and thank you for subscribing to my podcast and YouTube channel and Facebook pages and all the great things, and LinkedIn. Connect with me. I come live to you every Friday at 9:30 Pacific with Vinney and Bo show. Please also look at that. And also the podcast, which is my Apartment Syndication Made Easy. The book I wrote a couple of years back became international top seller on Amazon International now. And then we like to bring great guests for you every week or twice a week sometime to give you a lot of great knowledge. So please subscribe. You give us 5-star reviews on the iTunes. The better the guests we can, bring, and our ranking will go higher also. Thanks again for following us and really getting the most out of it. Please comment, like, share, because we would love to bring better and better material for you.
And then we'll expand on each quadrant. This is so wonderful. The way you're keeping it simple, and also everybody can understand, all these quadrants. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. So you got physical, you got relationships. The third one is external. So this could be the market that you're investing in. This could be taxes. This could be politics. All the things that you can't change after you make the decision to purchase the property, right? The way you can control external risk is whether you want to get involved in the first place. Once you get involved, you can't control the market. You can't control the politics. You can't control the taxes. You can't control external risks. So that's number 3. And then number 4 is my favorite. It's because I'm a nerd in this world and I just love it. So the fourth group of risk is systems. When we think about commercial real estate, we have to see it as a business, and every good business has systems, and those break down into 3 basic things: marketing, sales, and delivery, right? No matter what kind of business you have some kind of marketing, some kind of sales, and some kind of delivery. And the better your systems are, the lower the risk of failure. And the worse your systems are, the more likely the risk of failure. So physical risk, relationship risk, external risk, and systems risk. These are the 4 quadrants of risk that we have to think about.
Wow. So let's, this is so interesting how you put it, because when we talk about insurance risk, we talk about property damage, right? Property insurance. And then the lender says, okay, you got to take so much, replacement cost or like that, right? And then insure that product up to that, that level. Take us through, what kind of, how would you explain, why do the lenders they have to protect their loan amount. Right. They have to take care of the fire if something happens, vandalism. Kind of take us through that channels. And then relationships, that's like maybe director's insurance, maybe. Is that right? Or I know in the past, I've taken many insurances. One of the insurance, I got hacked many years back. So I had to take cybersecurity insurance too. So kind of tell us all these policies. Maybe that will be wonderful for the audience to understand.
Yeah. So now that we've laid out this high level of the 4 quadrants of risk, we can zoom in, and primarily insurance is a tool, right? When we think about risk, it's this whole thing. We can use insurance as a tool to manage some of this risk. So in the physical quadrant, we have buildings, property, and injuries. We can pass some of this risk on. Look, if it weren't for insurance, no one could invest in commercial real estate at all, except for really, really wealthy people. If you want to buy a $10 million property, you would have to have $10 million available so that if the building burns down and you have to rebuild it, you can do that. So insurance gives the freedom of people who don't have a bunch of cash on hand to be able to pass that risk on to other people. And so, one of the first things we want to do is make sure that we protect the building, right? That's where lenders come in. Lenders understand that when they give you, if you're buying a $10 million property and they're going to give you 70%, they're going to give you $7 million. They want to know that money is protected. They know you don't have $7 million, but they're still willing to lend to you, assuming that you can prove that you have things like insurance on hand, right? So that they will rebuild the building. I'm going through this morning the large syndicator who's buying a property in Texas. And we have two lenders. It's actually a lender, a primary lender, and an equity partner who both are interested in making sure the insurance is as they expect it should be. Right. So I'm the insurance advisor, and then I'm talking with the lender's representative and the equity representative. And the three of us are going back and forth. They're making sure they're protecting their investment in these buildings that this investor wants to purchase. And so, we're talking about building coverage. We're talking about loss of income coverage. So if a building goes down, you can't, make money off of that building for the time it takes to rebuild it. And so, you want to have that income protected, and insurance can take that on. And then liability coverage would be the third really big one, which is coverage for bad things that happen to other people because of your building. So if someone slips and falls on ice and hires a personal injury attorney, I've got a claim going on like that right now.